Good evening, everybody. This is a special late night edition of Moonlit Visions remote viewing with your host, me, the Moon. Tonight, I want to try a different style of the Fibonacci sequence in our remote viewing and see what we come up with. Also, I'm hoping that the new microphone settings make it so that the audio isn't as quiet as it was in my last broadcast. I apologize for that, and thank you for tuning in. And you can see we've sprung here in the Moonlit Vision Studios for a new sketchbook to see what remote viewing will reveal to us. If you haven't checked out our Discord server, that is in the channel description, and you're welcome to come over there and hang out with us. We'd love for you to join us and talk about the topic of remote viewing. Now let's get right into it. Tonight, I'm going to use the Fibonacci sequence, but instead of doing 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, etc., I'm going to start to draw as if you were looking down the cross section of like a branch from a tree. So it would look something like, okay, so you got your stick, and then that's 1, and then you have 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. Maybe I should bring this in a little bit closer. This is a new pad of paper, so it's kind of different. All right, I'm going to turn the music down a little bit. Okay. All right. If you've joined me in the last 2 episodes, you may have noticed that I didn't really have much to go on with what I was getting, and it's because I was doing analytical overlay, and I'm still not convinced that there's not too many contradictions in the study of remote viewing, being that, okay, if you feel something metal, don't put it into being a car, but if you visualize a car, is a car not a car? It's kind of hard for me because sometimes I'll just see a building and I'll be like, that's a building. And you're not supposed to do that in remote viewing. So I'm learning. I'm falling into every pitfall you can imagine and just trying to get back up and try it again, and then see where we end up on the next one. So let's go with our Fibonacci sequence here and start to see what I meditate on and see if anything starts to appear to me, okay? All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just kind of drawing whatever comes to my mind in the moment. Sort of a pattern is forming, I can see, but I'm not quite sure what we're doing here. Nothing's really coming out to me. I'm not really. So I imagined like if this were a point, and I would go 1, 2, 3. That could be you looking down at a branch that had 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But then that branch could look like, a stick with 1, 2, 3, 4. But then down, if you looked down at it, these branches would be, in like a spiral, because Fibonacci sequence is like the golden ratio where you would see like the spiral, So any math angle or however they do it. I'm not a mathematician by any means. Would be able to ratio that. I don't know. I think the music's a little too epic for me right now. All right, let's see if something else comes up. It's just starting like a plane. Just a plane. Maybe something will start to come out like this. There's nothing really to focus on. Just sort of bringing... Another, like a rectangle over here. Some sort of shape coming out of this. Oh, okay. Now I see like an arch. Like a diamond shape, like that. It's like this, but sort of turned a little bit. Getting points of light, sort of like that. Points of brightness, 3 points. Now they've sort of moved directionally, 3 points. You can't see that in the camera. No. And just my mind is going everywhere. I think I've had a rough past few days trying to set up the channel and mess with the Discord and keep the community engaged, and it's fun, but it's a lot of work, and it's it's rewarding when it works. But I just feel like the last couple of sessions of remote viewing have just been sort of dudded out because I really don't know what target to focus on, and I'm kind of have doubt and like almost like a fear, like a doubt that it's not real, and then also a fear that if I were to target an interesting target, I would then myself become a target. And I don't know if that's like the best thing for me to do. So I just kind of, all right, now I'm seeing some more points here. Okay, now there's another chevron type image here. But it sort of goes like this is actually like going in that way. And then like a big square. All right, I'm gonna switch pages. We got 100 of them. Why not switch pages? All right, so I'm getting like a opening, but it has like this part of it cut out. And then some sort of dark thing coming like that, like a, I don't know, it's just a dark image that way. And some sort of solid object here. That solid object there. Oh, wow. Oh, that was, okay. There was like this strip of light. Like, and I mean just like dotted like that. All right, now I'm seeing this shape with like legs coming around, or small lines coming off of that circle shape, like a disc shape. Like another disc shape like this with an inner wheel, inner circle. And like bars coming off of it. Or arches. This has like a sea foamy color here. That's what I'm seeing now. Sea foamy. Now I see a shape like that. Pointed at the front, back this way. It feels with water, sea foamy, sort of algae on top of water with this shape coming across it, with this shape coming down. Then another shape going up. I see a right angle here, which probably isn't on camera now. A strip of lights again. And then like another line with lots of lines with like smaller lines on them. It's like a rectangle. Okay. A rectangle with this, and then like flame shooting out back. I feel like my mind is just fluttering all over the place now. Here's this. I don't know. People are gonna tune into these videos and be like, "This is the worst sketching I've ever seen in my life." Yeah. I don't know. It just feels like I feel like there's circles with like smaller lines coming off of them. Smaller line, like, and then there's rectangles and circles. A lot of rectangles and circles. A line with a strip of light in it. More, these are bigger, brighter circles. Bigger, brighter circles here. Brighter. Maybe I should start writing stuff down, but I mean, I kind of like, it's just imagery here. But it's like, so I guess maybe the video would be the documentation of bigger, brighter circles here. And I don't know, this kind of faded away with the sea. All right, I'm seeing a lot of right angles. Right angles. Up, back. And a lot of smaller lines coming off of whatever these lines are here. Just circles with just so many little like lines coming off. Lines, circles, lines, circles, lines, circles, lines. Circles and lines with lines, and they're in here and out here. And then kind of like this rectangle here with the whooshing flame coming out. So like this, another whooshing flame coming out. Whooshing. That was a solid object. there's... I don't think that this was just its own, like... It does kind of go out like that, I guess. I don't know. And then, okay, now I see like an arc, but it has sort of half moon shape. And this is bright. Okay, now I'm seeing like a rectangle with small lines coming off of it. Rectangle, small lines coming off of it. Okay. Oh, and now two. All right, I'm going to flip this page. We're getting wild. We're just flying through the paper now. Now I see two sort of rectangles coming into each other with sort of like this. This shape is question. I don't know. But there's these two rectangle shapes coming into each other. This shape. Is it a diamond or a chevron? So it goes in like that. And another like dark, or not dark, but bright arch. The dark rectangle here. Like solid dark rectangle here. And then an oval that's dark here. And then a brighter circle here. And then a bright long rectangle here. Some sort of shape like this where it's like like that. Then a dark rectangle here. These images are making zero sense to me. I have no target, no feel. There's no... If anything, it's like a metallic feel. And I keep getting imagery of like a opening with like either a like nozzle of fire or like a cascading of fire. Cascading of like a waterfall of fire. Dark across the whole of the image, not a whole, but the whole of the image. Oh, here's a rectangle with like bars. Three distinct bars. I'm seeing like a rotating a cube. Okay, one more page. A cube with like these things coming through it, and it's rotating. What way is it rotating? Counterclockwise. And there's like wispy stuff coming across from this way, across in that direction. I see this sort of image, like a staircase cut out of whatever. It might be that cube. I'm not sure. Bright like windows or squares with light in them. And then this image like that with brightness in it, or it's like I always see it as like a photo negative, so I can't tell if it's the background is bright and the image is dark, or the image is dark, or the background is dark and the image is light, as I'm seeing it. Yeah, like rotation. I'm having trouble focusing on one object. These things just keep like flying at me. Now here's a bright circle with a sort of hexagon image, and I just felt like a blast go through me. Bar. Like I literally just got like jump scared, and I'm the only person in the room. What the? Okay. Then this, I mean, it is just flashing at me. Yeah, the tingles up the back, and now I'm seeing some like wavy images. Dark here, dark here. Away in waves. And we have bright rectangles. It's like two walls going like that into each other. Wow, I've completely destroyed this piece of paper. That's all I'm seeing. The bright circle here. I don't know, folks. I feel like either I'm predicting some sort of, I'm not sure what it is. It feels like it's either a room, it's a place, or a device or a object. I can't tell if I'm at a device or an object. It feels more objective with like the geometrical imagery that's coming to me, but it feels like there's like a room or a place to be. I'll give it a few more minutes here, and then I might try to wind down the session. I think in the next session on Sunday night, if you care to join, I'm not sure how the music will go, but we might take it down. We'll see how it goes. Interact with chat and that kind of stuff. I don't know how it's gonna go. Okay, wait, hold on. Now I'm starting to see these sort of things are like attached to something. These are like domes attached to the, hold on. These are like domes attached to some thing. I don't know if that's a cylinder or it's a dark rectangle, and these domes are like attached to it. And then another bright triangle here. Or I'm sorry, rectangle. And then sort of like a dark chevron shape, but sort of rounded off at the top with, it's like a right angle that's lightly colored. And then there's like a right angle. Now more right angles coming in this way, like a downward V. Huh. You know, when I look at it, I can kind of see things in it, like sketch maybe. Like this is, maybe it's my subconscious that's like drawing an image, like layer by layer or piece by piece or component from component. But I don't know. I don't really see anything. I see it in my mind's eye, and I'm drawing it and bringing it to the picture. I just see like a very bright rectangle here. And then now I kind of see like an aura of like this is sort of like shooting up. This shooting upwards. And then there's the strip of lights again. A strip of lights with bright lights down in this area. That's kind of like a V, like, okay, so like that shape. Another thing I may want to do eventually is like orientate myself to be like literally this way in case I'm getting some sort of like negative image of, or like imagery from the room that I'm in. So like if this were a dark rectangle, maybe it's, but I mean I don't really see anything when I see that and then I open my eyes. I don't see anything in that direction that would imply that I'm like drawing what they call an analytical overlay. Well, an analytical overlay would be if you felt something was plastic, then it must be a water bottle, or if you felt something that was metal, it must be a boat or a car or whatever, like a hammer. Because I mean, I have my eyes closed for a little bit, and I still see things kind of coming out at me. I'm not really sure what. I don't know. Maybe this image speaks to somebody out there. I don't know. This moonlit vision's probably quickly coming to an end here. Let's something. Okay, so I see like a clear triangle, or why do I keep saying triangle? Rectangle. Maybe I should just draw a triangle real quick and see. Actually, no, I see one in the image here. Here's a triangle that I did not draw previously tonight. It formed itself. Just relatively easy to do in sketches where it looks like you gave a 5-year-old a pen and then let them scribble all over your paper. Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking at. I kind of see things popping out at me, but they're introspective interpretations of if this were art. I don't really consider it art, but as I'm sitting here sketching now that I see these, I'm like, okay, it could be a drawing. I kept saying triangle, and then I'm seeing a triangle right there now. Let's make some triangles out of the thing. So now I'm seeing an X, a target, crosshair. Yeah, this is kind of the same thing that happened the last 2 sessions. Not much coming from it. I don't feel like I have like a specific target that is being created for me to look at, and then I don't want to bring my own analysis into the equation to sort of muddy the waters. There's nothing that I'm viewing this doesn't make sense to me. So, maybe I'm doing this wrong, and I'm probably doing this completely wrong. All right. I'm going to close my eyes one more time and see. Yep. Bright circles down at the bottom. Bright circles. Circles, bright. Bright orbs. Maybe some sort of shape like this, like a pentagram. Pentagon. 1, 2, 3. No, it's only 4 sides. Okay. I wanted to say pentagram, but that's not what I'm seeing. Yeah, now I am seeing triangles, probably because I just drew about 500 of them on this page. One thing I think might be messing all of this up entirely is the music in the background. I thought it would be more meditative, but it seems to be more distracting. It's like it's literal noise in the process of trying to like quiet your mind and sort of use every sense you have other than natural sight to then draw something, convey something into into reality, as it were. I'm just yeah, so maybe this like target, like a wireframe kind of thing. And then horizon or line or distance. Now I see circle with two lines over, or one line on top, one line on bottom. Sort of like a strip here with short lines. And then sort of like a wave comes over, but not that steep of it. Sort of like a slight wave comes over, or something from here to here. And then when I felt that, I could. Oh, we got another point. Basically, yeah, it's actually in that same spot. Point. And point. And point. Same, I think. Here. I'm interested in like how these drawings like kind of turned out. That's a weird thing. I have to go back and I mean this was really starting to pop out. It was like a rectangular prism. Did I say that? With very dark, and then there were like showering flames out of it, and then all of these little images with small like small legs or things coming off of them. And then this one here, like the rectangle with like small lines coming off of it. Well, what would you say these mean to you, folks? There's some consistencies, but that just looks like a mess. Some consistencies, but some things that sort of. You know, that one is interesting to me. This one actually is too, because it has these strange arcs, and then like I drew a. I don't know. I think I was just trying to get into the. Oh, and here's these dots here again, and then they were. We're here. I mean, I feel like some of these these may be like interpreted later. I'm getting that kind of feeling, like what I'm seeing right now is not what, I'm going to, this will be like, what I'm feeling is like this will be revealed later. That's sort of the feeling I'm getting of these images, because they have feeling of like they're connected to each other, but it's so scattered and so just the thing with that jump scare, whatever it was, I don't know if it was the music or something that just like it felt like something just blasted me and like it jump scared me. And like someone just like burst into the room with me. And I was freaked out for a second. I just like had to describe it or say it so that I knew that I wasn't going to be attacked or be hurt. That was a weird one. So yeah, these are the drawings. You can go back and maybe pause the video and take screenshots, and if they mean something to you or they have some sort of something makes sense to you and I don't see it, please comment. I would love to hear anyone's feedback, even if it's ripping on me for destroying sketchbook paper. But yeah, this was episode 3 of remote viewing research and trying out. Sunday, we will do a remote viewing session where I hope we have some people that will give me some points on the planet for me to view. That seems to be my specialty and my bread and butter of this so far. With this sort of targeting or just abstract look out into the void and see if anything starts to come back to you. Things do come back to me, but I have no idea what I'm looking at. I feel like the first 2 sessions I was analytical overlaying to the max. This session I tried to do that as little as possible, but it still feels like that is what I'm doing. And I'm going to have to like practice to not do that. Feelings of what material is it? Is it water? Is it land? Is it that kind of stuff, and just be very ambiguous or not vague, but like try not to put nouns to the verbs or whatever. Trying not to turn something that isn't, try to turn a stick into a branch, or try to turn a branch into a metal pole, or a telephone pole into a log. I don't know. Essentially, I'm just saying I don't know what I'm doing right now. But I appreciate you watching the video. Thanks for stopping by this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. See you next time.